friends, it's Mary Jo Snyder from MJ Shady Inkers. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States, and I am sharing with you, of New York, upstate New York, sorry. I am sharing with you 30 days of wonderful card making. It's Christmas Card Challenge by Kevin Theesen, and I decided to do a video for each project. Fortunately, it's not a daily thing, so I'm trying to play catch up once again. This is the project for day 7, which would have been November 7th. And I am sharing it with you today on November 10th. So this is a pre-recorded video that should air for you at 3 p.m. today. And I hope that you enjoy it. Today's theme for this project is cocoa and cookies. What better way to celebrate than the More Than Autumn stamp set, as well as the Little Bit Festive 12 by 12 designer series paper pack that has all that beautiful ephemera, as well as the other ephemera packs in the September to December mini catalog. So what I've chosen today, I have cherry cobbler ink and pecan pie for my stamps. I have the sentiment hot cocoa, and this calls for. Sounds perfect, right? Especially when you have cookies involved. I have crumb cake as my card base, and it is 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm going to fold it in half, or you can score it at 4 1/4. So we're going to go ahead and varnish this card base like so. I have a layer of cherry cobbler, which is 4 by 5 1/4, which is going to go right on here. And I'm going to use my Tombow glue for this portion of the card. And whoops, way too much and way heavy-handed. I get a little crazy sometimes with that, but that's okay. Sure to stick when you do it like that, right? I love the color combinations of these. It almost gives it like a craft background, craft paper background. And then we have this awesome piece that came from the Little Bit Festive 12 by 12. It's got a white background, and this is full of gingerbread cookies. So how cool is that? And that is going to layer on top of this cherry cobbler piece. So we're going to go ahead and grab our Tombow again, a little lighter with the squeezing. And we're going to layer that on top of the cherry cobbler layer on our card front, just like so. And now we have some fun stuff, and we're going to do some stamping. So we'll see how this is going to work. I wasn't sure if I actually wanted to just use a tag, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to cover all that yummy goodness with the cookies in the background. So I really am not quite sure how I want to go about this, but let's see if we can figure this out together. If I do the tag, I could do it right here. I love that gingerbread man right there. We could do it here. I'd probably want to pop that off, use our cocoa. But I almost think that, and I've got different, these ones actually blend with what is kind of coordinated in the background. So we've got a gingerbread man. This came from the other, the pack, the Little Bit Festive designer series paper. I think I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to use the ones that coordinate. Actually, these came from that set. I think the other one came from another ephemera. I'm going to use the gingerbread pieces in the background, and I'm going to pop up this. Let's see if we can build this together. All right, I don't want to take away from what's going on here, but I might have to somehow work that in to coordinate with what I want to do with everything here, okay? So we got a tag. Not sure if everything's going to fit on that tag. Might have to improvise with that as well. So we'll see what we can come up with. And maybe I need to stamp this calls for right here, hot cocoa right here, and see if I can build around that, even if we have to go off of that area. So let's grab our colors. We've got cherry cobbler for the this calls for. I'm going to tie in all of these colors. There are so many birds out in my backyard. Crazy. This calls for cherry cobbler. Put that aside. Put this up in that corner. Hopefully you are seeing me work. I cannot see what I'm doing. Yeah, my cherry cobbler is a little off, but I'm going to keep on going. I need to get a new cherry cobbler ink pad. And then we're going to go ahead and put hot cocoa in a hot cocoa color of pecan pie and stamp that down in the bottom right of this tag. This tag came from a tag ephemera pack in the mini catalog. And that is, let's just find it real quick. I can tell you the name. It is Tags for the Season Mix and Match. And the ephemera I'm using is coming from this awesome Little Bit Festive 12 by 12 Designer Series paper pack. So let's go ahead and close these inks and set those aside, as well as my stamps. And let's try and build, hopefully, our fun little decor on here. So we could do that. And sorry if it gets noisy in here. I got little friends visiting me. We'll see how it goes. We can do this. Oh, I think this is going to work out pretty good. And then this one can go right here. So we've got, this calls for cocoa. We've got our cookies. All right, so let's go ahead. And I kind of liked the way that gingerbread was peeking out from the tree. So we'll go ahead and add dimensionals to the back side of that. We're going to adhere a dimensional right there to hold them together, and there. So we've got that. And we can add this to the front of our tag. We're just going to kind of build this as we go. It's okay if it goes, you don't want to cover the words. That's why we stamped first. Then we have our hot cocoa. And what I'm going to do with the hot cocoa is add dimensionals onto this. Like so. And one might hang off, and that's okay. And then our little gift can tuck in here and be flush to the background. So let's grab some Tombow and just add a little bit of Tombow to this little piece here. We're going to tuck that in behind the cocoa and the gingerbread man. So we have this cute little tag, but I want to do something else to this as well. Let's go ahead and bring in this awesome, it is red and white, beautiful twine. We're going to just tie some around the handle of this. Even though it's not really the whole of the tag, we've got the whole of the cup. I'm going to tie it in a knot and then tie it in a bow. So, and then we'll get that adhered to the front of our card in hopes that it's going to look good. I'm going to trim this so I can tie that bow, hopefully, without any issues. I like my bow to face a certain way, so sometimes you have to either tie by the side or upside down, depending on how you want your bow to fall. And kind of zhuzh that the way you want. Cut off the excess. And we're going to grab this and our card base, and I want to lift this up. You can't really see all that gold, but I want to add more dimension to this. So where there is a dimensional already, I'm going to put another dimensional there so that it's even with the remainder of what I'm popping up. And another one here, one in the center. And we can bring this over this way. I kind of want to have this gingerbread man showing. So I think I'm going to just do it right here. Kind of gives it some dimension, so it's like separated from the top of the card. And then we're going to grab some, we don't need these pieces, so we can set these aside. I want to grab some bling to look really cool with this, and let's see what we have. Must be have a glue dot or something on my finger. We got some gold incorporated, but we've got some snowflakes. I think this would be pretty cool. Let's grab our little candy dots, our little peppermint candy, red and white adhesive backed peppermints. And we're going to use the smaller ones. And I think that will add some more sweetness. Actually, I'm going to add a big one and 2 small. I think it will add a little bit of sweetness to our project here, in addition to that cocoa and cookies. And we'll add one right there. So we've got one on the cup, one up here, and one there. And that, we're going to add an insert. So we'll grab a, bear with me, as I grab a piece of basic white. We'll put these away. Set that aside, move my dimensionals so I know where they are. And we're going to go ahead and add some adhesive to this piece here. And maybe we can find another cookie to add to the inside of our card. So let's see what we can find if my ephemera is close by. And add something else to the inside of our card that is a cookie. Cookie, cookie, cookie. So that pack of ephemera that I was using, excuse my reach, is actually over here on my windowsill. Nice and handy. Let's see if we have some more cookies in here. I'm not sure if we do, but we're going to find something to add to incorporate all that fun on the inside. If we don't, we'll come up with something. I just love this ephemera. Gingerbread, that would look really cute, and it's got that, so I think that is what I'm going with. It's all about gingerbread men, right? So let's add this to the corner of our card, insert, and we've got that cute little cinnamon or peppermint on the inside to incorporate what's on the outside. So there you go. That is card number 7, Cocoa and Cookies. I hope you enjoyed this video and find inspiration from all that I'm sharing with you during the 30 days in November, a card a day, November 2024, Christmas edition. Thank you and many Stampin' Blessings.